more or less. I don't know.
Huzzah.
Let's see how it's going. I hope everybody had a decent day. My day was work slur. Uh, that's the best way to say it. Uh, it was not a pleasant day at work, unfortunately. I hope everybody else had a better day.
Slow, but all right.
Slow, but all right.
Errands.
Well, let's see.
Yep.
Driving all over town.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least I'm gonna have another Warhammer ready for a video. Hopefully.
Warhammers. Yeah, working on that Warhammer presentation is a thing. Starting, I'm not even doing the 2C, and I'm already at something like 40 or 45 slides, something like that. And
Sounds about
honestly,
right.
yeah. I tend to listen to Battletech videos at work, so hey, a long video is fine by me.
My problem's recording it more than anything else.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I'm trying to not just copy what Text did, which is a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to go with a different approach about it. And I'm not going to be talking about the Baron, so that's a start.
Right.
And I
you
honestly,
got a
I'm
lot of
slipping.
variants to chew through, so yeah.
I don't have time to go on, long tangents on anything else. Even just the mechs themselves, it's quite a few of them. Is it the one with the most variants? I'm not 100% sure, but
I think it's
right
up there.
Yeah.
Fortunately, a lot of the variants
the
for the Warhammer is they play off each other, so you could literally do like multiple simultaneously.
There's only a few I can. But
yeah, there's only like a slight tweak between the two.
But
like all the K's are damn near the same. Most of the D's are almost the same.
You say that, but that's because you haven't looked at every one of them recently.
Okay. God,
like the KB, is it the KB? No, the RK, which is the 5.8 Warhammer from the Star League era.
Don't get me started on that quote-unquote re-seen one. I wish it remained unseen. It was
ugly. It was a design. But look, the Warhammer 6B and the Warhammer 6J were added in the appendix of the Centennial edition of the new technical readout without an actual record sheet. So they managed to add 2 more Warhammers by putting that book out. How do you do that?
Tradition. Let's just throw out more things without actual record sheets.
But this one, I mean, both of them are fairly straightforward. Well, no, the 6B, I have no idea what long-range missile rack it actually has. It just says that it has a smaller engine and a long-range missile rack. Okay. But the 6J is simple. You take out the SRM-6 and you stick jump jets on it, which is a way of doing things. I'm okay with that. I would have done that, taken off the machine guns and put more armor on, but, I'm not the one designing these things.
And then you have the 7A. For the longest time, clanner exclusive. And only by 2 clans.
It's technically 2761. So, I mean, I wouldn't say clan exclusive. It would be available for the American Civil War.
It was like Star League, and then 1 or 2 clans used it during Golden Century before they dropped it, finally. I think it was one of the ones that pops up in Operation Klondike.
It's probably where that one came out. Yeah, Operation Klondike.
That's a pretty good loadout, though.
I don't know. It is one of the fantastic ones. The 7A, look, the 6RB is what you actually want for a Warhammer, like most of the time. The 7A is the same, but a little bit tweaked. It's going to run a little bit odder, but it's still pretty good. And the 6RK is if you decide to just, you decided that speed is life, and it still has more armor than a regular Warhammer. It's like a fast Warhammer with a big engine, which is risky, but still functional.
Yeah. So, yeah, because that's one of the biggest problems that the normal Warhammer has is that its legs are made of paper.
The whole mech is made of paper. It's got only 10 tons of armor. That's a medium mech armor. But compare it to other mechs in the same category.
And the same time frame.
Or
even just in the same category here. Succession War era mech, you're going to outgun a guillotine, which is the other 70-ton mech in its same category. It's not the same category as an archer, so I can't really compare it to the archer. And the archer runs even hotter, so I can't even go with that.
Right.
Or, in today's subject, a 2C.
Warhammer 2C, the 14 variants. But he has a special tier just for himself. The man spreading tier.
I mean, the designer knew what he was doing with that cod piece on that thing. Like that is
that is a statement.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna go in order, and we probably won't be able to get through all of them today.
No, that's not with that attitude.
There's way too many of them. Eero9841 saying, I'm sucker for over-engined mech. I understand. And especially in video games, I'll say that I generally like faster than slower. On tabletop,
Absolutely.
it really has to be a balance. And
Speed is life.
No, speed is you don't have to do the mission's gonna take 15 minutes rather than 25 in the video games, so that's the advantage of speed. Yes,
it does seem to affect the enemy's ability to hit too, so which is nice.
So what is a 2C to begin with? Well, originally the 2Cs, by their own admission, was a reason to reuse those Victor Entertainment art pieces that they had commissioned for MechWarrior. That's the reason why the 2Cs exist, is just because they already had paid for the art, so, probably better to use it. At least that's my opinion. I
mean, it is some badass art too, so can't blame them.
And it was probably not that expensive when they originally commissioned it for MechWarrior in like 88.
No, like I said, why not use it? It's badass.
Yeah, but I mean, it probably wasn't that expensive.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you have the rights to it, well, you think you have the rights to it. This year, they probably have the rights to those things, or add the rights to those things. They just were very gun shy with using them. So you add a bunch of those MechWarrior mechs that they add, so they made 2C variants out of them. And, well, like you said, most of that art is good to fantastic. So that was a good way of using it. And they needed to make a deeper roster for the clans outside of, just Omnimechs. Because, well, that was fun, but, you're a company and you're there to sell miniatures. So better put some new stuff out. Hey, Tanky's here. Hi, Tanky.
How dare a company decide to make new product to sell to generate revenue for the company and expect you, the consumer, to purchase the new product?
I'm sorry, that's just the way it's supposed to go, or you're going to go like the city of New York and ask for a bailout from the state. So
I want Rifleman 2Cs for low-income communities on every corner. Okay, should be on every corner. It's a disaster that it's not happening. It's totally uncalled for.
I think there is a Rifleman 2C with AP Gauss. Would be wonderful for police work.
That is the base variant in the later eras.
So some serious quotes around that police part.
Look, are they going to commit crimes? No.
Community activists, like what the city of Baltimore does, where you have a bunch of former felons and people who know the area and know the people in the neighborhood who can get called and go in there in a crisis and avoid having to call the police.
Yes.
Sit there and say, "Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry, baby mama. I'm sorry, baby daddy beat you up, but we don't need to call the police on this man because if he goes back to jail, he's going to go to prison. You wouldn't want that now, would you? Yeah, I would.
Oh crap! See, that's why I'll never get flagged for inauthentic content because we have the random tanky rants. The AI goes through the text, be like, okay, is this just like pre-made Battletech talking points? Why is he talking about going to jail? What's this?
Battletech talking point. Yes, I just walked out of Staples. The dude made a boo-boo, but it paid off. I didn't have to pay for it, but I just printed all the playtest rules and the new core rules document. So I can have a copy. My brother can have a copy. And next time the Catalyst demo team rep decides that his ultra autocannons can double tap without jamming, but my brother's heavy Gauss rifles have to roll a PSR, slap that document down and say, no, they don't.
Not anymore.
No, they don't. You're not going to sit here and pick and choose rules out of the rules document. I knew this would happen, but I left it alone, but now it's a problem.
The urban mech police variants are not cutting it, so we need Rifleman 2C police variants. Yes.
Granted, but it's a 10. Granted, but it's the 10 variant. It's going to kill you slowly, eventually, with the
worst an Ultra 10 and the Clan ER small is nothing to sneeze at.
I mean, there's other things you can use. You can use an Hunchback 2C for police work. It'll work just fine.
Good God! Do you want your policeman to explode?
No. We use the 2C2.
Or the guy in his F-150 trying to run into the civilians. He's not going to run into civilians.
Well,
there won't be civilians left, but there won't be an F-150 left either. See, only advantages.
First of all,
most recent 2C has dual LBX 20s, and the Lyrans love that thing.
God.
What is a civilian? What is a non-combatant? Everyone's been a combatant at some point in their lives, physically, verbally. You've always been a combatant at some point in your life. I don't believe in any of this.
Version of the Hunchback 2C3 with IATMs.
Ooh. F tier.
IATMs is okay.
Don't even worry about it. That's F tier.
No. It has a particular tier of its own, and it's meme tier. But no, he's not on his own in this particular category. The Oscout 2C is an invention.
What does it have on it?
Nothing. He overheats and shuts down. That's what he does.
That's the wonder of that thing. It goes 11, 17, 11 with a wing, so it goes 11, 17, 13. It has 2 tons of clan ferrofibrous, which is more than enough to stop a handgun.
A machine gun.
What? Someone sneezing, baby.
I mean,
fuck.
And
what is it carrying?
For equipment, it has a tag, a Bloodhound active probe, and an Angel ECM. This was introduced in experimental technical readout, boondoggle, and it was meant to be a boondoggle. It wasn't meant to be a good mech, and I don't think, has anyone ever put one on the table?
That whole XTRO was meant to put illegal designs out, like the Enterprise is a starship carrier, aerospace carrier, but it can't actually move, and it's too heavy. Everything in there has the illegal design quirks somehow, I believe. This particular one, this one in particular was meant to be like a truly fast mobile scout whose only job would be to be a fast mobile scout and bust up Word of Blake C3I networks with that Angel. It technically does its job. The problem is you're a clan mech warrior and you can't fight.
It can't even jump because it'll overheat.
Yes,
And
there's also
you
a
can't
problem.
even give it to a Salama unit and say go die with honor. Okay, you want me to go die with honor, but there's no way for me to die with honor.
It has single heat sinks.
Yes, and a price tag of 30 million C-bills.
Because it has
Did
the
you-
XXL engine, so it jumps and overheats.
And but you would be able to stick doubles in because the engine has 15 free slots. So, I mean, if you swapped it to clan doubles or let's say lasers, because you want to be expensive,
Just
really
drop
expensive.
the engine by 1 speed rating and stick 2 ER mediums.
No, you don't have room for it. You've got room for
You
maybe
one
one
slot, no,
weapon.
1. So yeah, you put 1 ER. That'd be better than nothing. Holy fuck!
I mean, you drop the speed by 1, you save 5 tons.
So yeah, give it an ER medium laser and then max them add armor. What the hell?
No. This was meant to be a joke, Mac, more or less. So we'll leave it at that. But I mean, if it add laser heat sinks instead of, because I mean, it is a Jade Falcon mech, so it could have the laser heat sinks, as an example.
It would be a spur to invent something like that.
Yes.
I just malice.
Oh, it has an XL gyro on top of it.
Someone hated someone when they designed this thing. They said, "Man,
no, they literally add fun with it," which I understand. I mean, if you wanted to make this a table legal mech or a mech that would make a little bit of sense, like I said, stick laser heat sinks on. So, I mean, you barely, you don't overeat, but barely.
So I'm curious, what makes the design illegal?
This one's not illegal. It's not
okay.
Illegal. This one's not an illegal design.
Okay, never
mind.
It
just adds like all the negative quirks: no ejection system, prototype, unbalanced, bad reputation, both sides of the border. I mean, if you like wanted to make it like really legal, let's say like something that would be producible at scale, rather than using like the Angel and the Bloodhound, you'd use a regular ECM and a regular active probe. You have 2 tons,
or even
get 2 tons. You can stick a medium pulse laser in the arm.
You could also you could even see the half a ton there, by just using a fucking watchdog.
By the time it comes out, you got the watchdog.
Yeah, true. The watchdog's just better, but but I mean, with this here, I mean, a regular ECM, a regular active probe, a medium pulse laser in the arm, laser heat sinks. Yes, you're gonna overeat if you shoot and jump your maximum range. But I mean, this would be a good scout / hunter / everything else.
Yeah.
Don't think it would be terrible in that particular setup. Still would cost, 30 million C-bills. But, this would be more reasonable as a mech. If there was an Scout 2C Mark II, as an example, this would be playable. They never did it. It really stayed as a meme mech. So it is meme tier. It's in its own little category. So I just wanted to get this one out of the way. Get him.
This sounds like a way for Jade Falcon bankers to embezzle huge amounts of money.
Maybe.
That would be a smart thing to do.
Engines like the Cheetah 2C.
Trick the Inner Sphere into buying Clan Scout mechs with wonderful clan tech. It's a wonderful thing. You'll love it. No weapons.
I just talked about how Sea Fox made the Savage Wolf to sell more engines.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you sit on the field, you just lug it to farm XXL engines.
The problem is, I mean, it's not an engine that you'd be able to resell either, because it's like a really messed up rating. The calculator, what is it? It's 11 times 35.
385.
At 385. What do you stick a 385 in, anyways?
385. Would it be like a 80? I thought like an 85 or 95 tonner.
What a 95 tonner going for 6. So you could stick those XXL engines in a Banshee, but
or a Highlander.
Why would you? No, a Highlander is 90 ton.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, you already don't have enough room on a regular Banshee with an XL engine. So why would you stick an even bigger engine on there? It is a very silly little thing here. It is in its own little category. If you look at the other two Cs, though, most of them are a little bit fitting in different categories. They tried to play around with them. Which one do we want to start with?
May as well start with Stinger. I'm familiar with the Stinger 2C, so
it's a new model, something that came from the Snow Ravens during the Dark Age. So it is normal that you have not heard of it very much.
Okay.
It is the lightest 2C, and I mean, there's two variants, the standard and the Mark II.
So what do we got in this baby?
696, if I remember right. Let's open it.
There's not much to it. It's quite cheap for a clan mech.
Yes,
it's a Stinger. It's a Stinger, so that's understandable.
It's meant to be a replacement for the Stinger. I wouldn't call it a Stinger C though, because it does have a different body kit. It does have that different feel to it. 696 double heat sinks, 3.5 tons of clan ferrofibrous, which is close to the max. Yeah, it's maxed for without any wasted armor points on a 20-tonner.
Okay.
So it's pretty good there. It has endo steel chassis to save a little bit of weight, but outside of that, nothing else.
Standard engine.
It's closer to... There's one Stinger with a pair of medium lasers. I can't remember which version of it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a Stinger with a 2 medium lasers instead of machine gun and such. You get 2 improved heavy medium lasers, which is a lot of damage, and an AP Gauss, which is also quite a bit of damage. Let's us be honest here.
I like it.
It's a good auxiliary.
I mean, does it replace your fire mots? No. Does it replace your baboons? Kinda, because the baboon is not very good. There's some versions that are okay though, because in the 20-ton category for mechs, for our friends in the clan, there's not that many things, and not that many that are not aggressive. Let's say this one here is.
You could bring a howler.
Yeah, baboon. That's what I meant.
No. Yeah, the howler.
The howler. Which is not a 2C. It's not a 2C, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time about it. The howler, it goes faster. It sits at 711, but it doesn't jump. That's pretty much the same armor and a set of LRM-15 or an ERPPC, which is, I
do like that one.
This one here is very aggressive. But I mean, Stinger 2C Mark 1, quite reasonable. You also have your anti-personal weapon with an AP Gauss. So it does the police work your regular Stinger would do as well, or your regular combat work as well. So non-clan pilots will love it as well. So I don't think it has any major issues.
Like I said, it's a solid little dude.
Your more
improved heavy medium lasers, that's 20 damage, isn't it?
Yep. But I mean, the Mark II has an improved heavy large laser because it doesn't like you.
It goes 5.8, but it'll knock you on your ass.
5.85. It's getting a bit slow for a 20-tonner with only 3.5 tons of armor, and you don't have the range advantage on an improved heavy large laser. Will kill you, but you don't have the range on it. So
I suspect,
honestly, on that one, I would just drop the heavy mediums just to give it a speed back.
I suspect it's like a garrison thing where, especially where Snow Raven is right now, they're not expecting to actually get hit by something big. So this is their equivalent of at worst, I'm expecting to deal with a pirate showing up with like locusts and Valkyries and things like that. So
behold, an urban mech. It deals 36 alpha damage.
Yeah.
Which one?
Mean, if an urban mech shows up and you bring your Stinger 2C Mark II on it, the urban mech will die. There is no question. There's no way around it.
Finch, the fuck's got into you, dog?
But trying to think here of, I mean, what else can it really fight and have a good chance against? Really not much, because if you're looking at clan versus clan, this thing's going to be too slow and not have enough range. Even though the improved heavy mediums back a wallop. I mean, you hit another 20-tonner with it, you're in the internals just about anywhere. So it's
one-shot an elemental.
An elemental's 11 hit points.
11.
10 for the body and 10 for the armor and 1 for the guy. So you're close to one-shotting an elemental, but you're one-shotting inner sphere battle armors, the inner sphere standard. You're one-shotting them.
Anything outside the really tough heavies and assault battle armors.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're using those on garrison, I think it's fine. But if you're gonna be, building a force around those, it might not be a great idea. I mean, you should be building forces around lights to begin with, but
I mean, if you wanted to use this as a garrison mech, just take all the regular Stingers you have, give them clan weapons, increase heat sinks if you need to, and call it a day. Why did you need to make a Stinger 2C?
I mean, that's basically what it is.
Because there is a Stinger C with an ER medium laser, 2 machine guns, and a small pulse laser, which is also
objectively better.
I'll say that having small pulse and machine guns is kind of redundant. Replace that small pulse with another ER medium. Now you're really good.
I mean, which is the Stinger C2, which is 2 ER mediums and a small pulse laser. You've got the same kind of armor. You've got 696 speed. You've got a lot more range. Yes, single heat sinks. So you're going to be comfy shooting those 2 ER medium lasers and jumping. Very comfy. Like, probably not the best thing around. So I'm not sure. The Stinger 2C I wouldn't put in any top tier or anything like that. But I mean, the problem is that we're all like always thinking about the same. Like, it works, so it's good. But
what's its base battle value again?
Base battle value is 730 for the regular and 1,100 for the Mark II with the improved heavy large.
The improved heavy large one could be okay. How fast does it go?
585, so it's kind of slow for a 20-tonner.
You're competing with the Locust. You're competing with the Locust Charlie.
So
I'd rather have a Locust Charlie.
I don't think it's gonna be like. It would be something that I'd put for both of them. I put them in the middle of the pack, around C tier.
Yeah.
Not.
I would think. It's not bad, but there are better choices.
There are a lot worse choices to make, but it's definitely not the best one around.
What amuses
I've got
me most about this, Snow Raven is still one of the few clans that are actively using proto-mechs in their garrison units right now. You could just use a rock, and it's almost the same movement profile and be a hell of a lot cheaper, with near same firepower.
Yeah, but the pilot doesn't have to go insane if he's piloting a Stinger 2C. So that it has a bit of an advantage there.
If I have like an extra 1,000 points battle value left over after I got everything I wanted in my list, and I'm playing as the Snow Ravens, maybe I'd run this. I'd still rather have the Locust Charlie.
For the same movement, just check. The Rock 2 has a heavy medium and 585 and all that. This is only 895,000 C-bills.
Mm-hmm. What's the BV on the Rock? Probably not.
245.
You can bring an entire point for Stinger 2C.
Yeah, and there's like a rock. I think the 3, which is a medium pulse laser instead, and it's just 281. Yeah.
We're gonna go and do the base one for every, rather than going mark per mark for every single one of them. We're gonna start by the base one for most of them. Then we'll go into the weeds a little bit deeper. I think that's a good
Okay.
idea. What do everybody think?
I'm okay with that.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Right.
Simplified things.
Now that was only like 1 or 2, then we're going to get out of the way. But yeah, I agree.
I mean, there's a couple that have 1, so in these cases, maybe we'll go around. Locust 2C Mark 1, or a regular Locust 2C, or as the clan would call it, the Locust, because the clans generally will not be calling the 2Cs because it's their stuff.
Right.
So,
Because in their mind, it's the same thing as the originals. It's just upgraded.
So your base Locust 2C is 812, so same speed as a regular Locust. 4 tons of ferrofibrous plates at 76 points of armor, which is more than a regular Locust, but it's because it's a 25-tonner. You're heavier, you've got more internal, thanks to the fact that you have, better internals, and more armor than the regular Locust. So up till now, it's, better than a Locust in every single way. It has double heat sinks, because you're a clanner and you can just stick double heat sinks on everything, which is normal. And for weapons, you've got a medium pulse laser instead of a medium laser, and a nice brace of 8 ER small lasers on the base.
I like it.
But how good is it? I mean, it's 1,100 BV, so the same thing as our Stinger 2C Mark II that we were talking about earlier. So it's not super cheap, unlike a regular Locust, which is a baseline Locust is 500 BV? Yeah, 550. 1V is 432 BV, so it's like we're at almost 3 regular Locusts in terms of BV. And in terms of armor, you've got
probably
12 points.
Yeah, in all fairness, it's probably going to mop the floor with those locusts, with those 3 locusts.
So, what do we think about this one?
Damn good.
Hi, Mr. Panther. Bye, Mr. Panther.
As I say, you're saying, hey, thing costs 3 locusts. It's going to murder those 3 locusts.
So either A or high B tier.
Typical clan battle mech punches way above its weight class.
I mean, what would you be able to destroy with that? Just about anything the inner sphere throws at it in the light category, until you get to the really fancy, modern mechs. If the other guy's got reflective armor, you're in trouble.
Cooked.
You're not
Counterpoint.
That's still a lot of damage going out.
Counterpoint, with all those ER small lasers, this thing is going to be absolute annoying terror to tanks.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to crit. You're basically going to crit a tank to death just through the sheer number of ER small lasers you're hitting it with.
And it's still got the Locust move of I am now behind you.
Mm-hmm.
It's got narrow low profile if you're playing with quirks, which is the best quirk, more or less, or one of the best quirks. So you take half damage if the guy barely hits you, and they're going to barely hit you because you're moving a 12. If you're smart about it, you should be doing it. You do have weak legs, so don't try to det from above. Oh wait, you don't have jump jets. You're fine. But no, if you get kicked with it, if you're not in someone's back and you're at point blank range and you get kicked, your leg will fly.
Yeah, in all fairness, it makes sense. Look at the artwork. It's got toothpicks for shins.
I mean, it is one of the better original 2Cs for sure. And I think it is one of the most aggressive mechs you can have. In a tournament, someone's bringing it up, in a tournament or in organized play, something like that, Mr. Ghostfish, you are right. It's one of the things that you're probably going to bring if you're not bringing, the Dasher Fire Falcon H, or any of those, there's always tons of those silly light mechs meant to be backstabbers. This is one that you can actually, put in a list and it actually work. So I am putting it in A tier because it will see play both in story mode, both in tournament, both in just about everything, I think. And every single class.
Ghostfish, you bring up the word tournament around Battletech.
It's popular, and I know many voices is.
How does this thing fare against? How does this thing fare against Fire Falcons?
That is a good question. Well, there's a large variety of Fire Falcons to begin with. The basic Fire Falcon is, of course, I have to type it I have to write it properly to find it. The regular Fire Falcon is more expensive at 1,451 BV. It's got the same armor, same speed, same heat sinks.
It doesn't have the quirks.
It doesn't have the quirks. It has the ability to carry a battle armor point, though, which can make a big difference.
Not really.
Let's be honest. It is.
Locust 2C is going to run away from that battle armor.
Yeah, but you can use those armors as ablative battle armors. Taking a couple shots for you, which might be good.
Sentient sandbags.
And in terms of weapons,
sentient sandbags, I love it.
You broke up real bad.
No, he's roboting. Comstar's getting him. Oh shit!
I knew it.
But I mean, in terms of Tanky's a clanker. But in terms of weapon, the Fire Falcon kind of has it beat. Medium pulse laser, 2 ER mediums, 2 ER small, 2 streak 4s. It's going to kill tanks even more than the Locust 2C is. Let's be quite honest here. And the fact that it's an Omni in a campaign is a huge thing. The hotel category as a pair of heavy medium, a pair of medium pulse, and a pair of heavy smalls. This is going to massacre things as well. Honestly, the Fire Falcon and the Locust 2Cs really work. They can work together. They don't even have to work against each other.
Let's just consider the Fire Falcon S tier then.
Yeah, the Fire Falcon, just like the Raptor for the Inner Sphere, they're very good 25-tonners. There's very few mechs in the 25-ton category that are going to be better. Unless you go with the G with a Protomech AC4, which is retarded. But, it also has a supercharger to go faster at least. So there's that.
So it can actually bring those to bear. Small favors.
No, it's still,
I definitely saw the E and thought, why would you do this?
What's the E again?
I mean,
The
single
ATM
ATM
variant.
12.
ATM 12.
I should be in a stable spot now. My whole thought around comparing it to the Fire Falcon was that the cheapest, if we can take the cheapest Fire Falcon and put it up against a Locust 2C, who's going to win that fight?
The cheapest is 822 BV, Fire Falcon A, which is an Ultra AC2, an LRM10, and an ER small.
The Locust 2C is going to win.
The Locust 2C is going to win that one.
This is what I would
also
give to like
300
a
BV
novice
more.
mech warrior.
For the same BV is the Fire Falcon E with its ATM 12.
If the ATM 12 looks at
the
Locust 2C and connects, the Locust 2C's donezo.
I mean, you're not bringing extended range ATM 12 ammos on it. You can bring 2 tons of high explosive and 1 ton of standard because you're nice. And you shoot the 1 ton of standard at the Locust 2C, it cries, and then it gets closer to shoot with his ER small lasers, and you hit him with high explosives ATM 12s, and he dies. So overall, I say both of them are really good. The Fire Falcon would be something that I'd put, S tier or something like that. But I mean, we're comparing 2Cs with 2Cs right now as well, so
Well, the problem with the 2C light mechs is that against Inner Sphere stuff, while they do punch above their weight, as all clan mechs do, against Inner Sphere stuff, they will die. So comparing them against equivalent clan light Omni mechs, that's why I was thinking about the Fire Falcon there. Honestly, the Locust 2C rocks.
Yes,
Oh, absolutely.
It's a I would say it's A tier, almost an auto include in a clan list.
You need a backstabber, and it's one that you can generally afford.
And it's going to be generally available to most every clan too.
Yes. There's one that is, I have no idea why they made it. The Commando 2C. ER Smalls requires close range, which is less maneuver to move in. Yeah, the battle armors can be a trouble against like Locust 2Cs, because if they manage to swarm you, you are probably dead. And it doesn't take much for them to jump you. But here's our friend, the Commando 2C, which makes very little sense because the only people who have commandos is the Lyran Commonwealth. So why would they have enough commandos to go there? We did talk about...
It's a lightweight.
Because there's a blood-named Steiner in clan space, and they want to feel too. That's my best guess.
What was that, Akiris?
It's a lightweight version of the Hunchback 2C. It's that sucker punch.
I would say so. Yeah, it is a sucker punch mech
for duels in trials position.
I'm not sure I'd take that for a trial of position, but you know, for a trial of grievance, especially against like a bunch of elementals, might be an idea.
I'm taking Infernos and turning people off.
That too.
Yeah, because it has that. It has a nice the 10, 14, 18 tubes of SRM. Not enough ammo for it, but it has 18 tubes of SRMs. And a pair of ER medium lasers, so you still have 2 large lasers mounted on there. Just, you know.
So you just you just run up, you shotgun someone with that thing, and collect your promotion.
Hopefully.
And your job is to give them 15 points of heat and maybe die.
I mean, if you're able to
shotgun them.
I mean, bring the SRM-4 as Inferno and the SRM-6 as regular. I'd go with more ammo. I'd take off one of the ER medium laser and stick 1 more ton of ammo of the SRM-4, personally. Or just mount only SRM-4s, so you'd have 2 tons of ammo, and you know, an ER small laser or a half ton of armor or a chicken soup, something like that. It is not fast at 6.9. It's because we're looking at things. It's things. I mean, we're looking at things that go 8, 12, 11, 17, and stuff like that since the start of the stream here.
It goes regular commando speed.
There you go. That's a problem. It just goes to normal speed. It's cheap at 2.3 million per and less than 1,000 BV as well. But I wouldn't use it as a backstabber like the Locust 2C. It doesn't fit that role. You would? Okay.
Yeah. It's
at the very least, it's going to be good at hunting on tanks and battle armors.
Yeah, tanks, battle armors. You could use it to dry fight with the SRMs.
I mean, a pair of ER medium lasers, nothing to laugh at anyways, like I said. So
use that till you use, and you're not going to overheat, as far as I know, from using just the 2 ER mediums.
No, just the 2 ER mediums. Because you do have double heat sinks. The thing that would make it terrible is if they had done the thing that they've done with a few of them and just stick singles on. With single heat sinks, it would be unplayable. With double heat sinks, you can shoot everything and be at +5, which is, you know, you're going to die anyways because someone's going to look at you funny. So it's not going to be terrible there.
You're there for a good time, not a long time.
And smart thing, your ammo's all on one side. So if the right torso goes, you still have your 2 ER medium lasers that are in the left arm.
Yeah.
It's not in terms of crit placement, that is not a bad crit placement. Argyle saying B tier, probably.
Yeah.
Because it's usable. I wouldn't be auto-including it in any list. I wouldn't be jumping the gun and saying that it's a thing that you should auto-include or anything like that. But it's you're saying it. It's usable in trials. It's usable in shotgun situation. It'll destroy tank. It'll just eat up tank formations, especially since tanks 4.6 is the regular battle tank speed. So 5.8's your vedette and stuff. You're going to outrun those regular tanks. Other tanks are going to outrun you, though. So you do have to be worried a little bit about that.
Or unless you want to lump it in with the Stinger. Would you
That's
match
what
it
the
with the
Lucas
Stinger?
for.
Same kind of thing. It'll destroy a tank. It'll destroy something if it can get on top of it, but it's just not going to be able to chase anything really fast.
I mean, 6.9 is still reasonable, especially when you're fighting the inner sphere. So
Yeah.
I think it's
It comes around a
reasonable in
corner,
that
then
it's not like super mid, but it's not super good either.
And with the clanners in the 32nd century, not totally above fighting dirty, it can work as an ambusher.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if you're hiding those things in the woods and things like that, things can get very nasty very quickly. And it's
cheap. So
It's
you
cheap.
can promote. So B tier,
B tier, I think, is
B+.
reasonable for it if we think about what you would use it for. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
The unfortunate one, he does exist because
he's trying his best.
Which one?
He is
Okay, now.
king.
he doesn't sit on the 2-3 council. It's an urban mech that goes 3-5-3, for God's sake.
It competes in Atlas.
I mean, it makes a good bodyguard mech at least then for big assaults.
And
What-
it
no,
has
I'm
ammo
reasonably
this
sure they
time.
made
What's
this
it?
as a
What's its weapon loadout? 'Cause I was
Ultra
gonna say-
AC.
Ultra AC 10 with 2 tons of ammo and a ER small for the
And
base.
you are small.
Okay, that's not- that's
you
not
are able
bad.
to fight as long as the regular urban mech, because you're going to burn through those 2 tons of ammos. And
I
the
was
same
gonna
speed.
say, hypothetical. What's the speed on a Bane 3?
3.5.
3.5.
Okay, take the jump jets off. You now have more ammo, and you can swap that. You can put more ammo in. You can put more armor on, and you can swap that. That you can bolt on a medium laser in place of the small, and
Yeah?
suddenly you have like an actual bodyguard for a garrison commander.
It
Or
can
you can
keep
take the
pace with
variant
the
in
Crucible.
batteries.
Now, I don't know if it's a tabletop or not. I know in MechWarrior 5 and such, there's a version that has a pair of LRM-15s.
But
That
why?
does make warrior. There's an
I
MRM
don't think it's
version,
even.
but that's not. Yeah, that's not this. The 100 BV though.
I mean, it's slow, and being slow reduces your BV significantly. And it has the increased torso twist perk and narrow low profile, which is actually quite good. Well, not quite good. In this case, people are going to hit you, so narrow low profile is there and is not going to be as good as unless, say, the Locust 2C we were talking about. It's in its own little bubble here.
For a clan mech, it's cheap. It's something you're going to pump out in large numbers.
Yes, but it's not good. Okay, let's keep repeating it. People keep trying to say that the urban mech is good, etc. It is not. It is a... Oh, everything's closing out on me. Okay, let's...
The computer disagrees.
I mean, I'd
The other
rather take
beautiful
Prototype
thing that Clan Coyote has blessed upon our plate.
I tell
I think it's because it's bouncing in the back. That's why. Because I've got too many Mega Mechs open.
I tell all the new players, you have one chance to bring an Urban Mech Lance and get it out of your system. You can either run them as elite Urban Mech Warriors at 2-3, or you can bring them in support of, something else. But you only get one chance to run an Urban Mech Lance, get it out of your system, and then I never want to hear about this shit again.
There
Okay,
you
here's
go.
my cluster of
I
Urban Mech
actually made-
2C2s.
I actually made a Urban Mech Lance work, but it was part of like a larger garrison force. So it was like
Yeah.
Whitworth, Jaeger Mech, Vulcan, and for some reason I had a Mackie on the table, and then four Urban Mechs. So like there was the Urban Mechs were just there as like the midline distraction, while everything else was doing its job.
But
I mean,
you're not a brand new player.
Fair.
And I mean, for like the Commando 2C is 970 battle value. The Urban Mech 2C is 798. So 800, that's 950. I mean, for 150 points, I'll take the Commando 2C before the Urban Mech 2C in every situation.
We can drop it in medium tier just as it's an urban.
I think the 2C2 with the AG 20, if you're using it to blow up airplanes, or
I mean, it could blow up airports
VTOLs,
too.
No, you're never going to reach the airport. The planes are still going to blow you up before you get there, or the tanks or anything. You're slower than a standard battle tank at 3.5. So, I mean, at least it's not 2.3. We'll go with. I mean, it's not really
Now, as a mobile hag platform, that's actually kind of nice.
I mean,
I can handle the AA duty while your other mechs are firing the actual fight.
the problem is you still have to be, not going to say in range, but you got to be able to bring the AG 20 to bear to work properly. You know, that's part of the little issue with being able to do that. Hey, why am I not able
What's the range of the hag?
A Clan Ultra can reach out to 18.
The hags have like LRM 20, have like LRM range.
Yeah,
actually,
so
it's a bit longer.
24 for the hag. And that's the hag variant is a Hell's Horses exclusive.
Oh, that makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah.
I guess all the fast ones have left. This is what's left behind.
Love me my Hell's Horses.
I don't know why I can't type in the field.
Do not worry about it. It does not matter.
Funnily, the horses,
the other ones
and the scorpions are the only ones that actively use that now in the Ilcon current era.
Okay,
which I find hilarious.
I'm gonna call for the Urban Mech 2C. I would put it in the not 2-3 tier. That's a specific tier just for it. It's the not 2-3 tier. It's faster than 2-3. Now, the one that they add to invent a in-lore reason to build, the Jenner 2C, which made no sense because there was no Jenner. There were no Jenners in the SLDF. The Jenners started appearing after the SLDF.
S tier.
S tier. Okay, you're generous.
Artwork is S tier. Artwork is S tier. Lore is S tier. Everything about it is S tier. S tier.
Even this, yep.
It's just a great missile boat.
Yeah, it also has the armor of the Locust. So that is a thing that puts it down a little bit. It is fast 914, so it's faster.
It jumps.
It is faster than your Locust 2C. It jumps. It won't overeat because it only has SRMs, which is fine. What is it? A streak 4, 2 streak 4, 2 regular 6s, and a bad attitude. That's mostly what you have with that thing. It doesn't have a whole lot of armor. That's what I don't like about it. When it shows up in MechWarrior Online, MechWarrior 5, clans and things like that. I mean, you look at it funny and it breaks. And it doesn't take much to break. It doesn't have defensive quirks like some of the others. It just has no minimal arms, but that's not even a quirk anymore. It's kind of built in the game.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be right back, by the way. So,
would I take a Commando 2C before a Jenner 2C? Because it has basically the same purpose. The Jenner 2C is faster, and it jumps, which is pretty good thing. Let's face it. It has less armor than the Commando 2C by a ton, and it's a ton of Pharaoh versus a ton of Standard. So probably has 5 points of armor less than the Commando 2C. It's bigger at 35 tons, so it does kick for 7. So that's good. Or death from above for 14 if you're suicidal.
Details.
Details. I'd put that in the same category as the Commando 2C. Yes, the art is awesome. That really helps. But in terms of putting it on the table, I put it in the same kind of category as the Commando 2C. And it's just, if you're playing by money rules, it's 7.3 million C-bills. It is freakishly expensive for a thing that is going to die multiple times.
But hey, it's one of our only available narc pods, so...
Well, not the original. The original doesn't have a narc. It has 2 6s and 2 streak 4s, which is an S streak 4. Sorry, S streak 4. But am I misreading things? Yes. Okay. 2 6s and a streak 4, which is good. If someone has a narc, those SRM6 are going to be even better, though. But if that was the case, I'd strip the streak 4, put 2 regular streak 4s instead of 2 regular 4s instead of a streak 4. If there's narcs on the table, and I think one of the configs that or close to that, I'd have to check the different variants on it. But we're just doing the first of the line here. I'd put it in the same tier as a Commando 2C in the regular B range, something like that. Like not auto include unless you're tanky and you're playing Nova Cats. But
I mean, duh.
Everybody else,
or Kurita, late era Kurita.
They're probably very happy to have stolen a whole bunch of those things.
Oh yeah.
It's very decent, but I don't like the fact that it's poorly armored. It has a lot of little things that bug me with it.
Speed is its armor. Immobility.
Yeah, but speed.
But do you know what's better armor? Armor.
Yeah.
It's a locust that didn't arm. That's the best way to think about it. It's just a heavier locust. Same speed profile. It can actually jump, and it's doing almost as much damage.
Oh, it's gonna eat through tanks, and this one can probably outrun most other tanks or get close to most other tanks. So it's going to be a big problem maker. But you get hit by a small laser in the arm, and you're out of armor. You know, that's also a problem. And if you're playing MechWarrior 5, MechWarrior 5 Clan, something like that, and these things show up, you just laugh because, well, speed is not life when you get hit by 4 large pulse lasers, as an example.
If you're playing this thing and you don't have a TM of 4 every turn, you're playing it wrong.
That would probably be the best way to look at it. We already talked about the Scout. Clint 2C.
There's a Comfort of Brett song. They're called Speed or Perish. There you go.
Clint 2C. It's a thing with single heat sinks. Let's begin with that.
It is a mech.
It is entirely a mech of all time. It's 696, so it's decently mobile for a medium mech. It's not going to be, I'm not going to say it's slow. And in terms of armor, it's reasonable at 112. 7 tons of standard plates, good enough on a 40-tonner. Is it better than the regular Clint? Probably.
Yes.
Way more ammo.
But I mean, you've got 4 tons of LBX ammo. 4 tons.
You're not lasting that long.
You're not lasting that long.
It's there for the long haul campaign.
I mean, that's what they say in the lore for it, that it's meant to be used in like long-term garrisons, things like that, which is reasonable.
Considering it's a Snow Raven design, and they're outside of the Blood Spirits, they're the only ones that ever used it till the clan invasion, where suddenly it's everyone's garrison mech.
You
And
gotta
Just leave it in the ammo dump.
almost
It's
exclusive
fine.
to the Ravens again.
Yeah, I mean, like Crab was saying there, leave it in the ammo dump. You won't need 4 tons of ammo if it's in the ammo dump. You're going to need 2, one for the regular slugs and one for the clusters, and you've got 2 tons to, you know, can't really, you could stick more armor on, but I don't think it'd be really useful.
You could deal with 3. It's use it as something to ruin the day of tank crews.
More heat sinks. It needs more heat sinks.
It does need more heat sinks. So replace the ER medium, take off 2 of the tons, and replace the ER medium with medium pulses. You're going to have more accuracy, which is good. And, I mean...
Well, hey, that's what the variant is for, which is also... I guess you could do that.
Clint 2C, I mean, we're going to look at both of them, because, I mean, there's just 2 of them, so we can...
The 2 is just pulse lasers. And more jumping.
Yes, because it has improved jump jets. No, that's the tug. That's the wrong thing here. No, it has improved jump jets. Okay, just because it has improved jump jets, it goes down 1 tier because improved jump jets are terrible.
How are improved jump jets terrible?
But hey, it has double heat sinks.
Double the weight and double the space it takes inside your mech. It is terrible. Of course, the partial wing is not available when it comes. I know at 3073, the Clint 2C could have a partial wing, and it'd be just better than 8 improved jump jets.
You get the jump range boost, and you get better cooling.
There you go. But no, the Clint 2C2 has more armor, which is okay, and 5 medium pulse lasers and an ECM. ECM is fun because you're in the era where you need ECMs on everything for the jihad, so good. 5 medium pulse lasers, I mean, it's going to be aggressive, and the other guy's not going to like you. And if you're bringing your Jenner 2C and it gets close to the Clint 2C, it is probably going to die. And it has double heat sinks, which is a huge plus. You're still overeating, but not as much. But I mean, if we...
It's not instant death.
And it is another Raven exclusive, pure.
Where's the partial wing? I was just seeing if I stuck a partial wing on it. I mean, if I stuck a partial wing on it, it'd be an extra 2 tons for the partial wing, I think. Or no, it'd be 1 ton for the partial wing. I'd have 4 tons left over. I'd have the same jump range. Both of these are suboptimal. And Argyle saying he likes the Clint. I like the Clint with the PPC/ER PPCs. Those are good. The one with the AC5, it's not a PPC. Let's just go with that. There's some... All the Clints with PPCs are good. All the Clints with autocannons are suboptimal. And 1,400 BV for a mech with single heat sinks and 4 tons of ammo. I'm not bringing this to the table. And I'm not bringing the Mark II on the table either. So, I mean, D is the best I could do for it. And I'd even put the base one at E because I wouldn't put it on the table. I'm not even sure I'd even want to play it. I mean, if I'm Snow Raven and I'm building a thematic force, maybe. But you also have to consider that you have to get a Clint 2C Mini somewhere. I don't even know anybody that's made a Clint 2C Mini.
Just use the CGL Clint and call it a day.
The more I look at this thing, I think they were trying to reinvent the Enforcer because it kind of had just way more ammo.
There is a Clint with an AC-10 that was supposed to be the original, but it might have come after the Clint 2C was invented to try to retcon it back into existence. I mean, the Clint 2C is probably a very meh mech at best, let's say.
C tier, you're not bringing it unless you're running like Smoke Raven or something esoteric.
No. This is D and E tier. It's just you're skipping it. You're not even like considering it. It's the kind of thing that you don't even consider. Like I'm gonna put it in a list because I need to put it in a list because I feel like I need to. Griffin 2C. This one is an odd duck.
No,
I keep
it's
hearing
an
it's.
awesome
I keep hearing it's awesome, but I'm sitting here looking at it, going, "But why? But why?"
It's
the
an
4 Lerm 5s are an odd choice.
yes. I prefer the ones with SRM. There's a version with SRMs instead of LRMs,
Yeah,
and that would be superior.
yeah.
It does have an ER large laser, which is always good, and an ER small laser, which is also always good. 4 LRM5 with 2 tons of ammo, so you can bring smokes, you can bring fancy schmancy ammo. Yes.
You can bring smokes. You can bring fast cam to turn
Fast cam with
the-
4 LRM5s is fun. You're right, because you can just put 5 points of mines everywhere, and the other guy's going to be like, okay, do I take 5 or do I go around it? It has its advantages. Yes. In terms of armor, 7 tons of ferrofibrous, almost maxed out. It has a standard engine, endo steel. It's clan cheap, so 4 million for 40 tonner.
Whoa.
1,600 BV is a little bit high for
Don't
what
forget
it's going to
those
do.
LRMs also don't have
The LRMs
minimum
don't have a
range.
minimum range, so that's a huge advantage.
so you could shotgun those
Yeah,
LR5s.
it's more like 2 Ultra 5s instead. A little splatter.
I mean, I think there's a version with 2 SRM4, 2 LRM5 that I think I'd prefer. Like, this is not the best version of the Griffin 2C. That's what I would go with here. It's good, but not as good as it could be. It runs
I
a little
would
bit
say-
hot when it jumps as well, but that's not catastrophic.
It also has durability with not having an XL engine.
It does last longer than many other mechs in its category. And losing a side torso, you don't lose your ER large laser because it's in the center torso. It's a belly button laser.
So it's quite the zombie mech then.
It
feels
has
like-
this advantage.
It feels like it's trying to fit a role that your medium second line star needs some kind of a missile boat, so you just cram this thing into it
What was
just
it?
to fill out the number.
Like the Griffin 2C Mark II has 4 Streak SRM2s. This one is worse, arguably.
I would agree. Yeah, that's
So
There's our argument. That's just flat worse.
Streak 2s, if it didn't have 2 tons of Streak 2 ammos, I think it would be better. Like the Mark II is like C tier, while the Griffin 2C is B tier. Like, if I have to take a 40-ton mech, or I have to give my plucky new protagonist a mech, that wouldn't be a bad mech to give a plucky protagonist to start.
I would rather have the Griffin 2C than a Viper.
The Viper's faster at 812.8. And it carries battle armors, which is a thing in a mech that kind of category. So yeah, it's an odd choice, isn't it? It's a weird kind of mix here. Like, what would you take? You wouldn't take the Griffin 2C9 with its 2 Thunderbolt 5, medium X pulse laser, and ER small laser that is all to inner sphere grade. This one here is
It
not
reeks
very
of
good.
desperation.
Let's see who did this. Oh, the Draconis Combine. That explains it.
Yeah, it's a combine mech. They stole a whole bunch of chassis from the Nova Cats, but they don't have the weapons to stick on it because they're all the good weapons. They're putting them on better mechs. So they have a bunch of Griffin 2C chassis that they don't know what to do with. So there we go. We do that. So, okay, the 2C9, we can say it's E tier. We're not even considering that one. Mark 1.
My mic was turned off. I was saying they play the game of if it fits, it sits.
B and C for those two. We won't go through the other ones. Like, the base one is better than you would expect, but unlike some people saying that they'd auto-include it or anything like that, no, this one it's good. Plucky protagonist mech, something along those lines.
it makes a
the
lot more.
Just kind of here.
Never mind.
Never mind. Okay. Got the Beowulf 2C, which is certainly a choice.
Peace
they decided
mech.
to 6-9-12 with a mask and 6 jump jets. I don't like mechs that have jump jets and mask because it turns that BV that would be probably like 1,400 to 2,000 because it always considered that you're jumping and running at the same time. So Argyle's saying that he'd take the Viper. I'd probably take the Viper over a Griffin 2C unless I'm, playing a Salama or something like that. There's reasons. So Beowulf 2C suffers from having a mask and jump jets, meaning that its BV is overinflated. It does have a whole lot of armor. 153, it's maxed out. 8 tons of ferrofibrous on a clan mech. It has 12 double heat sinks, so it's sinking quite a bit, but it still overheats. And an XL engine, so it's not cheap at 10 million. So it starts with a few strikes here. So what do you have for weapons? Well, an ER large pulse laser, and 2 ER medium pulse lasers. You're not seeing me shudder right now, but I'm shuddering because those are selections of weapons.
It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. That's
No. Take out the ER in front there, and the mech's already better. Because an ER, for those who don't know, ER pulse lasers, it at -1 rather than -2. So you do gain on range in the cost of EAT, but you also lose on bonus accuracy. It's a choice, once again. You have a Watchdog, which got a buff with the new rules. So at least there's that. So you get a regular active probe and an ECM now. Is that what it is? Rather than the light active probe and ECM? I think that's what it is now.
I think so.
So with the new rules, it's a little bit better. And it has a light tag, which is also a bit of a choice. Light tags don't have a very good range, but they work.
Slight problem, though, that Watchdog is going to be non-functioning most of the time. Because you have EM interference.
Oh, you have EM interference.
On all your weapons. Which is going to off your Watchdog.
Wow. That ruins it immediately.
You're like, oh wow, this looks like a pretty good B tier mech. Nope. Bottom of D. E.
Good thing we don't play with quirks.
We do, but...
Oh, you guys do. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, this guy went from D to, well, you just met another E tier mech, unfortunately. Well, maybe not unfortunately. The regular Beowulf is already a choice. It's not very good.
It works as an artillery spotter more than a dedicated infantry hunter, considering what.
Yeah, but if I wanted,
you can have to it.
Can't you have battle armors with narcs with light tags? I mean,
there's battle armors that have tag,
so it'll be cheaper and more effective. To get a light mech with those tag battle armors. You bring them, drop them somewhere, and go away. How does the Rifleman 2C, well, we won't say Prime because it's not an Omni mech. How does the Rifleman 2C now fare with the new rules? I heard the pulse laser nerfs, it got it pretty hard. I haven't heard of any nerf to pulse lasers.
Pulse lasers have not been nerfed.
I mean, the only thing is if they're doing a BV3, they're saying that the pulse lasers are going to have an even bigger tax to them. So you're not going to be able to bring, 5 Rifleman 2Cs anymore. Or no, you're going to figure it out to bring enough Rifleman 2Cs to be a problem. There we go. Then we got our buddy, the Shadowhawk 2C, with its 15 different variants. We won't go through all of them. Not right now, at least.
I mean, that this Shadowhawk is a main character in Mechs. So
the Shadowhawk 2C it is a pretty decent machine overall.
It has the slight problem of having 2 tons of SRM2 ammo,
which is a brilliant thing to do if you want to be if you want to blow up. There's the biggest advantage of bringing a lot of SRM2 is that you're better exploding. It's still cheap, under 5 million C build, 4.5 million. It's 1,700 BV. Still a bit expensive there, but you're a clanner. You're used to paying, 2,000 BV for a 45 tonner. 696, quite mobile, or at least mobile enough for a medium mech. You're faster than a regular Shadowhawk, and you jump your max range rather than the regular Shadowhawk, who jumps 583 because it's terrible. There. Double heat sinks, 7.5 tons of ferrofibrous armor. You're not maxed out, but very close, which is good enough. And in terms of weapons, well, what do you have? A lot of Streak SRM2s because reasons. And 2 tons of Streak SRM2 ammo, which is way too much, as we said. An ER medium in the head, an ER small in the center torso, and a medium pulse in each arm. It's a little bit all.
Hello, Griffin 2C2 again.
No XL engine vulnerability.
No XL engine vulnerability, which is quite good. You lose a side torso, you lose, the weapons on that side, but you have the same thing on the other. It has a ton of ammo too much. Let's just stop.
If you lose both side torsos, you still have armaments.
Yeah, you still have an ER small and ER medium, which is, enough to, get out of dodge at that point. Because that's what you'll want to do if you've lost both side torsos.
I'll be right back again. I'm gonna get this guy with the hair dryer.
I'm trying to think of what I think about it. I mean, would I take this before a Griffin 2C? Not sure.
You don't have to worry about heat issues either because of the streaks.
The streaks do help with the overeating. You're probably not going to overeat on the Shadowhawk 2C, which is decent. In terms of quirks, you've got improved life support, but you're not overeating, so no point in really worrying about that too much. And battle fists, which is just odd for a clan mech, but it works.
I find it equal, if not a little better, than the Griffin 2C, just because it has 2 medium pulse lasers instead of 1 ER large.
I'd put it in the exact same category as the Griffin 2C. Like, it's good, not an auto include, but a thing that you're like, it'd be fun to play. I'd bring one. I'll put one in. You have no reason not to put it in, and you have got no reason to put it in. It's just, a nice thing to have. Of course, it has like tons of variants, and including the 3 last one are MechWarrior Online variants. I include them because most of them are rules legal. If you start digging into it, they are perfectly legal to put on the table. Would they be good? Some of them not really, because I remember one of those special config is something like 72 machine guns or something silly like that. Would it be good on the tabletop? Maybe not as good as it is in MechWarrior 5, but it is still playable. It looks cool. It's already also a big plus. And I don't think it's going to be controversial to say that you can have it. It will work. Wyvern 2C is certainly another choice, but not in the same way as some of the other mechs we've seen here. It's a choice in I want to massacre things.
On one hand, meme. On the other hand, actually effective.
It's an effective meme, yes.
It's a Swiss
you go
Army
464. It's a Swiss Army pole arm at that point, because it'll actually hurt people. While a Swiss Army knife is fancy, but doesn't always hurt. Basically, it shows you that if you're a 45-ton mech and you're a clanner, and you go 4.6, there's going to be issues for someone somewhere. Because you're slow, you overeat like crazy. But why do you overeat like crazy, you ask? Well, it's because you've got an ER large laser, a pair of ER medium lasers, a pair of ER small lasers, an LRM-10, an SRM-6, a flamer, and a pair of machine guns. The machine guns don't generate these, but at least there's that.
So this hits like an Inner Sphere heavier assault mech.
It's like it's like not an assault. An assault is a little bit light, quotations, for an assault. But I mean, this thing shows up on the Inner Sphere's doorstep before the invasion, and they're freaking out. Because it also has almost the armor of a Warhammer at 9.5 tons.
Oh no, how could this possibly get any worse? And then a Timberwolf walks up behind it.
And things got worse. I mean, it proves what Tanky always says here. If you're a clan mech and you go to regular speed, things are going to go bad for someone.
Where did you put the tonnage, clan designer?
Where did you put the tonnage? In more ER small lasers and ER medium lasers. And I mean, the machine guns are almost superfluous on there. Like, yes, they're there, but do they really need to be there?
It also encourages you to take alternate ammos, since you got 2 tons of LRM-10. One of those could be smokes. 2 tons of SRM-6. One of those needs to be infernos. This is a player character mech. This is just straight up, I am in charge of my
I'm in charge
garrison.
of my destiny.
I'm in charge of a garrison second line unit, and I'm going to make it
there
one
was
else's
field
player.
guns. I don't want there to be field guns.
I mean, it's cheap at 1.6 1,600 BV. It's not even that expensive to put on the table, and it's dirt cheap in C-Build. 3,000 at around 4 million C-Builds. It's dirt cheap. Like this thing here, like you're a disgraced clan commander that was sent to the second lines. This is the kind of thing you take, and you're going to be able to kill enough stuff that you might one day get an Omni mech again, and you'll be like, yeah, but I like my Wyvern 2C.
Or you were in your SIPCO, you screwed, but you passed for warrior. You're just, no one wants you on the front line, so here, we'll throw you a bone.
And then the Inner Sphere attack you, and you heroically fight them back in your Wyvern 2C. Because you get into a fist fight with a Warhammer and you win.
And once again, in current era, only Hell's Horses and, oh wait, Scorpions are using it now.
It's not too surprising.
I gotta hop on off. Y'all take care.
Blessings on you and your family.
Yeah.
This is something a Spheroid Rebel will steal and become a protagonist in. Yes, that would make more sense than a Kit Fox now, wouldn't it?
Never mind. You get it, so there you go.
Who knows? Who knows? Am I being a bit facetious here? Yes, I am. So this is a we'll call it the nasty tier. It's in a category of its own. As a nasty position.
The Wyvern 2C2 just swaps things up for heavy lasers and ATMs and machine gun arrays.
Because
Clan Wolf hates you.
So 2 heavy mediums, an heavy large, 2 heavy smalls, an ATM 9, an ER flamer, because that's funny, and 3 light machine guns in an array. What I don't like is that you only have 2 tons of ATM shots. So you are a little bit limited there. But is that really a limit? Does that really hurt you? Does that really hurt you all that much? No. I mean, once again, like the guy's going to bring his Warhammer next to you and he's going to be like, haha, I am a 70-tonner mech. And you're going to be like, I haven't improved heavy large laser because I am fancy.
Well, they're just regular heavies, but still.
I mean, what does it take to swap that for an improved heavy? Takes let's say a day of work taking out lasers out and putting the new ones in. It doesn't take too long. It's not that difficult. Okay, I can do that on a weekend with a little beer. Everybody's gonna be happy. Now the poster child.
Meme tier.
It is a meme tier.
Meme.
The first one is definitely the base Hunchback 2C is a meme. It is hilarious. There's no other words for it. You just show up with that thing, you press the button, and things will die or you die. There's no in between for it.
Never have I seen this thing take to the field and survive, but it has always taken at least one hit.
Witness me.
I mean, you get what? 2 turns?
It's Witness Me, the mech.
It's 2 turns of squeezing the trigger, if I remember right. Because
Yep.
About that.
Well, 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. But at that point, you probably already lost one of the 2 because you've got no armor.
See, it's one of those mechs. I think Ultra 10s would have served it better for a more serious build.
There's a Rack 5 variant.
Rack
There
5
is
variants and Ultra 10s work fine.
They still don't have any more than 112 points of
There
armor.
is
They
one-
still don't have any armor.
Instance of a Hunchback 2C taking to the field and winning, being able to walk off the field.
In duels, you will probably be able to do that.
Nope. It was during the invasion of Huntress. It took down, I want to say Marshall Sharon Bryan's mech by just blasting it with those cannons, and then just walking away.
Like every version is always funny. We won't go over every one of them, but they're all funny in their own way. But the Twin Rack 5 one is actually quite decent because of the range you get on it. Because it's basically a pair of Ultra AC5s that can shoot up to 6 shots. Shoot 5, so you have a little bit less chance of jamming. And with the new rules, you can unjam them separately. So if one's jammed, you can unjam one while you keep shooting the other, and if it jams, it's unjammed, and you keep going. So with the new rules, this one's going to be the worst.
The current rules because of them being racks.
No, racks you have to right now. You have to spend your round unjamming it, and you can't shoot. With the new rules, you can shoot with your other weapons while you're unjamming your rack. And this will make this one, yes, it has paper 10 armor still. 112 is not much on a Hunchback. But, I mean, it is dangerous. The Ultra 10 version, I mean, I don't think it's canon. It's the one my brother and I did. It was a pair of medium pulse. Yeah, a pair of medium pulse, a pair of Ultra 10s, decent armor. It just works better. And you get more range and I mean, it'd be the Hunchback 2C if it wanted to survive.
The 3 is if you want it to actually do more damage at range, because you got 3 ATM-12s with 20 shots.
I mean, some of the others they're all kind of memey, but they're decent until you get to the MechWarrior 5 versions. The MechWarrior 5 versions are playable, basically, from what I remember when I did my review of the mech. I skipped the Wolfhound 2C because the Wolfhound 2C is a unique mech. There's no production line for the Wolfhound 2C, so we're not discussing that one specifically. But Wolverine 2C, because we'll call it by its real name. Conjurer.
Take it every time. Take it all the time. It is one of the absolute best king of second line mechs the clans have made. Dear Lord.
You want to go ahead and call it the S tier second line?
This mech is the reason Wolverines were wiped out. It was too good.
I mean, a pair of Astreak SRM2s might seem a little bit weak, but this one only has 1 ton of ammo for it, at least. It has a large pulse laser, a pair of VR medium lasers. It jumps. It has decent armor. What else does it have?
Durability.
It is incredibly durable. I mean, like I said, the only problem I have with it is the Astreak SRM2s I feel are a little bit anemic, but even there, it's not that bad. It's
With the
still
deep-
very good.
Hold down the trigger, and then you get bonus damage when you can get it.
And it's a large pulse laser that jumps. So
Large pulse lasers that
Typically-
jump are never good, are they?
typically in my clan second line lists, I run them as 4/4s. So I'm squeezing a large pulse wherever I can.
It is a incredibly solid mech for the base one. The other ones we'd have to look at a little bit more, but the base one, there's no real question the Conjurer is really good.
Jumping large pulse lasers are the reason why tournaments have rules against taking too much pulse damage.
Exactly.
Whiners.
Which is pathetic spheroids that bring an entire lance of Wraith. That's also why. The Galahad 2C, which is a retcon, yes, I know, but what is it? It's a pair of Gauss rifles on legs.
Because clanners think Gauss rifles are anti-air guns.
They've got the range for it. And it has really good quirks to go with it too. Anti-air targeting, multi-track, extended torso twist. It is going to take down planes. And once you replace those with AGs like some of the later models do, it is pretty nasty.
Jaeger mech just couldn't.
There's no inner sphere. Well, no, there's the Galahad for the inner sphere that does the same thing. But it also has less armor. It's not as mobile. It's not like... This doesn't need double heat sinks. It's a clan mech that doesn't need double heat sinks. I mean, literally here. It is maxed
Looks
out
like
armor.
also fix the maintenance thing because it doesn't have difficult to maintain. So
Because they realized how Gauss rifles work rather than sticking a pair of Gauss rifle in a mech that probably shouldn't have had in. I mean, is it an auto include in the list? Probably not. But if you're playing with quirks and you know the other guy's bringing planes or VTOLs, it is going to be pretty darn good. Let's face it.
It does its job well.
it's also
Easily
not
A
low.
tier.
It's just it's the dreaded 4/6 clan mech.
At least it's a 60 ton, so it's not as bad as things could be. Because as bad as things could be is our next contender.
Maniacal laugh. Malice even.
4/6 is too fast for a clan mech. You have to go 3.
Who said that? Who said that?
353, pushing it to the limit.
Oh no, another jumping pulse boat.
Rifleman 2C in every situation is an
S
S tier. It's very good at taking down airplanes and mechs and tanks and buildings and drop ships.
Yeah, relationships.
Friendships.
Relationships and ships. And I'm trying to list the things that a Rifleman 2C base variant cannot take out. And the answer is nothing. I mean, this thing shows up and it will kill it. It even has an ER small laser in the head. People don't remember it as an ER small laser in the head.
And an active probe.
The active probe might be overkill.
No, it ain't.
It needs to know when the infantry tries to hide from its pulse gaze.
That's right.
None
The
shall.
thing is
Is it
because you
using
can't
to
put an
ambush?
extra thing in, so you only have one crit slot. Okay, we'll stick an active probe. That's literally it, right?
Is it so it can shoot out of forest at planes?
Yes, it can turn. One thing it can kill is forests. With 4 large pulse lasers, the forests will die.
The idea being that an airplane or aerospace fighter flies over it, and then you're shooting through woods. But active probe negates the penalty.
Where do you get the info source on which clan invaded each of the original 2C variants? And it's in the various TROs and in invader clans, warden clans. There's a little tidbits here and there for most of them, but the basic ones like the Rifleman 2C, your Conjurer,
TRO 3055.
No, TR 3055 really doesn't have much info on the 2Cs. It has like Comstar saw that thing and panicked. Comstar saw this thing and panicked. That's basically the blurb you have on most of the 2Cs in the original TRO 3055. And 3055 upgrade, you get a little bit more. You are right there. Most of the basic one, your Griffin, Shadowhawk, Locust, all those things, everybody has them. It's like the things that everybody has. There's a few weird things. The Conjurer was originally built by Clan Wolverine as a Wolverine 2C and then became the Conjurer because they don't like them. But most of them, you have to dig through all sorts of books to find who built what originally. And that's a problem with everything, not just those 2C mechs. There's, I mean,
Yeah. That's what Battletech's great. That's one of my gripes with Battletech is they could condense things a bit better, I think.
That would require them to be talented.
This is true.
So, Rifleman 2C Mark II, however, is E tier. We can already agree to that one as well. Because 4 Ultra AC2s does not...
This does not invoke greatness. This
It goes
invokes shame.
4.63 because it has to be slower for some reason. It doesn't use ferrofibrous, which it could use to save up some weight and stick something more useful. Then 4 Ultra AC2s and 6 tons of ammo.
I'd rather take a bunch of protomechs.
It will kill tanks, though. Tanks and VTOLs are not going to like this thing. Because 4 Ultra AC2s is going to cause a whole lot of motive hits. So it has this going for it, but I don't think we run enough tanks, even in my campaigns and stuff where I run like entire companies of tanks, to warrant bringing one of those things in. And if you're fighting other mechs, I don't know what you're doing.
Professor, I bid a star of vehicles.
If you've bid a star of vehicles, I might actually consider bringing a Bane instead.
They're just Kokus. Nothing ever bad happened against a star of Kokus.
That's a whole lot of Kokus.
Details. I gotta head out. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one. I mean, the Bane is 600 points more, and I have 6 extra Ultra AC2s to bring to
You
the
also
table.
have machine guns, because
you have machine guns. Yes, you do. The Bane is certainly a decision as well, but it's not a 2C, so let's not discuss this one. Guillotine 2C is an odd one because I would have expected them to have more variants of it. It's really only 2, but it's in your family of... It's a 70-ton mech that goes for 6 for the clans. What does that mean? Well, that means that where did you put all that tonnage? Well, part of it is no XL engine, so it is a bit more survivable for that. 12 tons of armor, it's less than your Rifleman 2C.
What's going on here?
part of it is the heat sinks.
Part of it is the 16 heat sinks, which is quite good. But, I mean, you eat 53. Where's that eat coming from? Well, an ERPPC, 2 large pulse lasers, 2 ER mediums, and an SRM-6. That's where the eat's coming from. This thing is very nasty at close range. I mean, your comparable is the Nova Cat for that baby. Because that's the same kind of family. 4.6, the Nova Cat doesn't jump. The Nova Cat's 200 BV more, but it eats less. 3 ER large, 2 ER PPCs versus an ER PPC, 2 large pulse, and some support weapons. Which one would I take? I like
Nova
the Nova
Cat's more fragile, though, isn't it?
It has an XL engine, so it is more fragile, but it has a bit more armor. Is this 30.5 tons of armor? Well, you have 12 on the Guillotine 2C.
I'd take the Guillotine because it's got the mobility as well.
You're the guy who always takes this stuff that is tougher. You're also like,
Can't deal damage if you're dead.
You can't deal damage with your dead, but the other guy also can't deal damage to you if they're dead. Remember that it's a corollary here. I mean, both things have to exist in balance. What were they saying in EVE Online? You don't tank Rex. So, but I mean, the Guillotine 2C, I can't say is not going to cause a whole lot of Rex because, I mean, near PPC is always good. Large pulse lasers are very good. So, overall, I mean, they're both very good mech. Would I take a Summoner before a Guillotine 2C or a Nova Cat? I would take a Guillotine 2C before a Summoner, probably. You're a little bit slower. Let's bring up the Summoner.
I mean, I like the Summoner, but I just don't want an entire cluster of them.
There's other things that, exist. Does the Guillotine 2C? The Guillotine 2C is more expensive than a Summoner in battle value. That should say where the problem is. The Summoner doesn't have the armor. It has the mobility, but it doesn't have the armor. In terms of weapons, you have the same ERPPC, an LRM-15 that is going to be good, yes, and an LB-10X that is going to be running out of ammo. Because only has a ton. I always swap those two here. 1 ton of LRM-15, 2 tons of LB-10X is better, in my opinion. And in an Omni mech, you can do that. But the
Guillotine is going to crumple the Summoner.
The Guillotine 2C is going to kill that Summoner. That Summoner has... You've got the same range on the Guillotine 2C, and once you get a little bit closer with the large pulse laser, you're just going to cut it open without any questions. I mean, for a new player, the Summoner is a great mech, though. If you're giving a new player something to learn to play with, it's an awesome mech because they have all sorts of weapons. They can jump, they can run, they can do all sorts of things. They don't have to worry about that old heat thing too much. Okay. There are fun summoners. Yes, there's a Summoner with an Ultra AC-20. Things get funny when things like that happen. You are right, Tanky.
So what would you rate the Guillotine 2C?
Probably put it in B tier. In not an auto include, but not a thing that you would, pass over. It's good enough in most situation that you would bring it. And if you're, really just building that Salama unit or that second line unit, I'm pretty sure it's a good thing to bring.
And then there's the other one.
There we go.
Which is improved jump jets.
Oh, the Guillotine 2C Mark II has improved jump jets. Oh boy, what joy. An ERPPC, 4 ER medium lasers, a Streak SRM4, and a targeting computer. It's closer to your original Guillotine, really.
It's going to be really annoying to kill.
It is tough, maximum armor. Improved jump jets is not very good, but in this case, I'll give it a pass. It doesn't run terribly hot either. Once again, is it better than a Summoner? Yes, in most situations. Is it better than Nova Cat? Not 100% sure. This one here, I'm not 100% sure what I would rate it. I don't like improved jump jets, so that's a negative in my book. Does anybody have an opinion or an idea of what they do with that thing?
It's okay.
Pilots. Because you got that targeting computer, you got a mix of weapons, you just laser vomit on them and try not to overheat too much.
It's not that bad. It's only at +8 if it jumps and shoots everything.
So just don't jump every turn.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this is, strangely enough, a mech with improved jump jet in the B tier. Like, it's good enough. I'd still swap out the improved jump jet for regular jump jets and use the extra tonnage on anything else. Like, literally anything else, it'd be better. But it's not terrible. Is Tanky finally here?
So turns out I've been here, and I was talking up a storm, and wondering what was going on.
Sorry.
No worries.
If it's a consolation, I keep forgetting to turn my mic back on.
Tud 2C, which a lot of people don't like.
Real
Unlike the
quick.
Thunderbolt
real
that
quick.
everybody likes.
I thought people liked it.
Guillotine 2Cs are nasty, much like mainline guillotines. They are nasty. That's it.
B tier is probably as high as they would put them, but even there, I think the original, the main one, I'm gonna go and do the thing that I should never do and change my opinion. You're not supposed to change your opinion. You're supposed to be always right the first time. I think I'm gonna put it in A tier for the
base,
for the base one with the large pulse lasers and the RPPC and doesn't overeat too much and has tons of armor. Like it does everything well enough, you know.
But I mean, honestly, honestly, the thing that people forget about improved jump jets is reduced heat for jumping. Keep that in mind.
Simply fire one less ER medium laser.
Fire one less ER medium laser, yeah. Thunderbolt 2C, 5.8, so it's decently fast. It has all the armor that it needs at 216. It has an XL engine, so it is more fragile than your Guillotine 2C. Your base weapons are a pair of improved heavy large laser and a Streak 15, along with 3 ER medium lasers. In terms of firepower, it does have it. It lacks a little bit on the range. Your only real long-range weapon on there is that Streak 15.
Oh, you have ER mediums, sort of.
Your ER mediums have the same range as your improved heavy large. So, I mean, it complements itself well. But if you shoot your 2 improved heavy large and your 3 ER medium lasers, you are probably going to regret it. Unless you've already fired all your LRMs.
Hey,
it always struck me as
I should have a mech that does that.
It always struck me as strange that they waited until the Jihad era to put out the Thunderbolt 2C.
It's because the Thunderbolt C already exists. And
Thunderbolts are just solid. There's no reason. Clan double heat sinks and clan weapons. Boom, call it a day.
I mean, that's basically what a Thunderbolt C is, and it works great.
Exactly.
I think the biggest problem of the Thunderbolt 2C is that the Guillotine 2C exists. Would you guys agree with that?
Then at that point, it's going to come down to who has access to what. Jade Falcons have access to Thunderbolt 2C.
Everybody has access to the Guillotine 2C. So, you know.
Then why?
Because we have
once again run into the problem that we run into with every 5th mech of, okay, this is fine, but why take this when this exists?
Like, I understand.
With the Inner Sphere, at least you have the excuses of, hey, this company belongs to this house. They want to sell it to this group, so they made their own thing. Mm-hmm. The clans, it's harder to do that.
Yeah.
The Thunderbolt 2C is a solid C tier mech because there's all sorts of other clan mechs that do the same thing. And usually do it better.
For less BV.
For less BV.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not something that I would jump on in any way, shape, or form.
Agreed.
Still a lot of damage.
It's what I was like, jump on? No. Be sad about having it? Hell no.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sad to have a Thunderbolt 2C. I mean, getting the Aces box and having a Thunderbolt 2C in, that's fine. It's a good mech to have in there.
Yeah.
But would I jump on it? Probably not.
You jumped on Scouring Sands to get a Thunderbolt 2C. I jumped on Scouring Sands to get a Bane 3. We are not the same.
The Bane 3 is the real star of that.
That's the star of that box. And
Uziel 8S with improved jump jets. Yeah, there's some mechs with improved jump jets that work, but very few.
Oh yeah, he about made someone cry with the Uziel 8S, and we all know when I say make someone cry, it means no, he seriously he cried.
Orion 2C, which has like no actual variants except in the video game because they put it into MechWarrior Online. So they had to, sell more stuff with it. So they had to add variants to it. Okay. Okay. Clan Wolf. Is there any Clan Wolf people around? I'm gonna do like the Italian thing, like look around.
Yep.
I'm gonna snap those spaghettis. Is the Orion 2C? Where would you put the Orion 2C? Okay.
C.
It has ferrofibrous armor and a lot of it. It doesn't have an XL engine, so it is tough. It's not
Especially
mobile.
since Clan Wolf wanted to give this to you as an award, but it's mid at best.
It's meant to be given to people, so they're stuck having to use that instead of a better mech.
4-6 movement is not bad.
It's
basically the mech version of you're on the council, we don't give you the rank of master.
No, it's the Clan Mech version of giving you a lovely estate that's set on a swamp.
That's a mean thing. True.
But you can't decline the honor of receiving this luxurious estate.
It's a 75 that moves at 4-6. That's not bad.
Yeah, let's say it's not bad, but it's
durable.
4-6 for a clan mech. So it should have a whole lot of weapons. And in
Yeah.
terms of weapons,
They would have pulled you out of your Timberwolf to put you in this. And you can't say no.
I mean, you got 2 ER large, which is okay, but I mean,
It's a sniper mech.
it is
You
meant for
hope
to be sniper.
like
There's no
Timberwolf
question
would-
there. A commander sitting in this thing is going to be happy because he's going to stay in the back and he's going to be able to do stuff.
You know what? It was part of the reason why Clan Wolf won the L Clan trial.
I don't like the fact that it doesn't have command mech. I'd like it to have it. It has anti-air targeting like the old Orion, which is always fun. You got decent amount of ammo for your LRM-20, which is also a good thing. It's got a Gauss rifle instead of an LBX or something. I'd almost like an LB-10X instead of the Gauss rifle instead. You'd save a little bit of weight and maybe put it in something else, but it's still good. Like a lot of it is good, but
Again, Gary, makes no sense. It doesn't have command mech.
I don't think any clan mech as command mech as baseline.
Marauder 2C?
Marauder 2C, yeah, well, because it's a Marauder. Because the problem is that, like, the Nightjar is 464. It's a little bit more fragile with that XL engine, but you don't have to tank Rex. It has a little bit less armor, but it jumps. And it has a better suite of weapons at the same time. And doesn't overeat. Well, this one here, if you shoot both your ER large, your LRM-20, and your Gauss rifle, things are going to start being a bit toasty.
I'll be back again.
So I am honestly not sold on the Orion 2C.
But it also contributed to winning the L Clan trial.
Yeah, what
good enough for
I'm
that.
talking game, pure game here. It's not the thing that I would
It's great for long range, for sniping.
yeah, for sniping, it's going to do its job, but you have other mechs in the same kind of category with it's a little bit cheaper on BV than, let's say, Nightjar as an example, or
And
the
more
Timberwolf.
durable more durable because of not having the XL engine vulnerability. It's got lots of ferrofibrous armor,
But
so it's
I can
got the
also have a
staying
Timberwolf.
power.
Timberwolf is 400 BV more.
Back
And
again.
Timberwolf is very good. It is also
But, yeah,
Timberwolf's
If
your
I'm
baseline
a
mech.
good clan warrior, I'm in a Timberwolf. And then if I get politically inconvenient, I get taken out and given an Orion 2C.
Like I can't give it more than a C for the Orion 2C, basically.
I'd put it as B because it doesn't have any glaring.
It doesn't have any glaring flaws, but it's not a thing that I would jump to get, which is what you would be like above C. Like if if I have to just pick a mech, I'm doing a wolf star, and I'm doing like someone that's supposed to be fancy in it. Yeah. Or if the Clan Wolf gave someone in Clan Coyote a mech because they wanted that guy to be out of a better mech to be challenged, well, yeah, it'd be a C. It's just
And I'm
not
back.
good enough. It's just not
Welcome
good
back.
enough.
The
basically.
cat economy has come to the middle of nowhere and has blessed me with a new orange cat.
Oh,
Kitty.
does
will
he
be
have
the-
orange cat energy?
Not sure quite yet.
Okay.
We'll find out. Orion
Phoenix
C's are
Hawk
fun.
2C.
To talk to
Oh,
the
wow,
hand.
I sure do love this fast medium mech. Wonder what the 2C is going to be all about.
Assault mech. What? It's not cheap.
Phoenix Hawk 2Cs are cool. I can't wait to run one.
The problem with the Phoenix Hawk 2C is that it is really cool, but is it good?
The artwork's
Yes.
the artwork already brings
The
it up.
artwork is
Talk
just
to the hand.
fantastic. But you're a charger. That's basically what the Phoenix Hawk 2C
You're better
is.
than a charger.
Well, no, okay, you're better than a charger. Well, I mean, if you took out the XL engine and the Endo Steel or, things like that, it wouldn't be better than a charger. It's better than a charger because it has all the things that make it cheap.
Oh, what is it actually 2C up? It's not the Phoenix Hawk, but there's another one that it is.
Cloud Cobra invented the Rifleman 2C. I'd have to dig as to where you find that information, Arnold. I'm very sorry. I don't have that off the top of my head right now.
I'm going to guess Golden Century.
Probably Golden Century would be the book to look at here. Yes, okay. The Phoenix Hawk 2C is better than the Charger for one main reason. It has 2 and actuators. That is revolutionary. Okay, outside of that, okay, what do you have on there for real? You're decently fast at 5.8, so that's perfectly fine. In terms of weapon, you got a pair of big guns and a pair of small guns, which is also not bad. Ultra 10 is a very good gun, and you've got plenty of ammos to keep shooting them. Machine guns are kind of secondary, so I'll generally forget that they have machine guns, actually. I always just think it's a pair of Ultra 10s, and that's it. But
I thought it had some lasers, too.
But it's not cheap in terms of cash. It is risky with the XL engine. If we were talking about all the previous stuff without XL engine, saying that they're good because they don't have XL engines, honestly, is the base version honestly isn't that great. Is it awful? No. I mean, it's not a meme either. It can do decent stuff. It has enough armor to, stick around for a while as well.
It's got armor, it's got mobility, it's got the ability
Bunches.
to carry loot or cargo.
Let's face it, the original artwork for the for the Phoenix Hawk 2C is just meant to look cool. I'm not sure where the Ultra 10s are supposed to be mounted on there or anything. Unfortunately, I would put the Phoenix Hawk 2C, the base model, in the D tier. It's not a thing that you would take most of the time. It's like the thing that's really cool that you bring out every once in a while to a game just to show it off. And it'll probably do okay, but it won't be a remarkable.
I'd put at least a C tier.
It's all style, no substance.
I mean, some of the variants afterwards have some good things to it. There's one that's like AF Ultra and AF ATMs, if I remember right. That's more variety, probably a little bit better. It's able to stick around, which is good. That's why it's not lower than D tier and lower than, it's not a meme mech. It's just okay.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. The one that already has
S tier. S
It
tier,
already has its special tier just for himself, which is the
mech
spreading
spreading.
the mech spreading tier. Warhammer 2C is what the
It's just
Warhammer wants
good.
to. It's what
It's
the
great.
Warhammer wants to grow up to be. It doesn't even run that
It's the
odd once
boss
you think about it.
429 of the Warhammer family.
I mean, it doesn't even run that odd once you think about it, because it has so many double heat sinks. It has a big enough engine to stick them in as well. 4.6, which is, well, Warhammer speed, but I mean, for an assault mech, it's very reasonable. It's tough because it doesn't have the XL engine.
Lots of armor.
It has lots of armor as opposed to a regular Warhammer, which is... I mean, a regular Warhammer is almost 80 points of armor less, which is quite a bit.
And
You've got 2 head cap weapons. You've got enough medium pulse lasers to cause an issue. And an SRM-6 to be pretty. What else can we really say about that? I mean,
and you can
Warhammer
raise the torsos and still be
2Cs rock.
and I mean, they're maybe not all good, but the first few versions.
No, they're all good.
I'll have to review all of them to be able to.
Even the plasma cannon one.
This one here is probably my favorite, but that's because I like LRMs. 2 ERPPCs, 2 LRM-15, and an SRM-6. And once again, the SRM-6 there to look nice. I'd almost take it out to put more lasers in. But this one here doesn't run too hot. You have plenty of missiles. You've got a pair of head cappers. This is probably the best Warhammer 2C that's not custom, in my opinion.
Don't forget that you've also got lots of crit padding in the Warhammer 2Cs.
Oh yeah, that's another S tier mech if there's any ever was one. And I would say the Mark II's the same as also S tier because those two at least, the one I really know well, are really good. And I mean, if I had to choose between a Warhammer 2C and a Phoenix Hawk 2C, what would you take?
Oh, Warhammer, hands down.
Did you really have to ask me that one?
No, I don't have to ask you that one. That's really the problem here. One of the big problems with the Phoenix Hawk 2C is that it does have to compete in the same weight class with an absolute brute. So
The absolute Chad.
With 3 or 4 absolute brutes actually, because you have the Warhammer 2C, the Marauder 2C, the Highlander 2C.
Well, Marauder 2C, it's not exactly the same thing as it's an 85 tonner, but it goes the same speed at 4.6. It has the same kind of armor at 220. It's not that high. It is not that terribly high, but it should be enough.
I would put the Marauder 2C as A tier because it'll overheat like crazy.
The biggest problem with the Marauder 2C is that, 3 ERPPCs is really fun, but you're never going to be able to shoot all 3 and be really interesting.
ERPPC 15 heat, ERPPC 15 heat, ERPPC 15 heat. Someone please tell me my mech is overheating.
But you still have 21 doubles. So you shoot all 3 of them without moving, and you're just overeating a little bit. If you're moving, you're overeating okay bit. If you start shooting anything else, well, then you're stupid.
But it is a great mech because it has no ammo dependency. It's durable.
It's not as good.
Cool.
It looks damn cool. It's not as good as the Warhammer 2C.
Yeah.
But it is also damn good. And if you play with quirks, which ones does he have? Hyperextending actuators. It no longer has narrow low profile. It might be a good thing. And it has command neck. So it does have good quirks as well. Exposed actuator is...
I do apologize. I was getting mogged a little bit there. But did we talk about the Warhammer 2C2 being great?
Yes. The Warhammer 2C2 is my
favorite.
favorite.
Perfect.
It has been thoroughly glazed.
It has been glazed enough tonight. Very well then.
We
Marauder
give it the
2Cs are
old clock.
Yeah, Warhammer Marauder 2Cs are fun though, for real.
I mean,
they
they're
do
not
overheat
as
a little
good.
bit, but
They're not
I mean,
as good,
it's a
but
Marauder.
they're damn good anyways. What's the
Yeah, because at the end of the
Mark
day, it's a
II
Marauder.
have? Heavy large, medium pulse, heavy large, medium pulse, ER large. I don't like it. Give me more
What is
ER
it?
PPCs. Marauder 2C2. 2 improve that 2 heavy large, 2 medium pulse, and an ER large. Yes, the heavy large are good, but you lose on the range. I prefer ER PPCs in many cases.
You also
than
lose
ER
on
large.
accuracy.
You lose on accuracy. You don't. If you had a targeting computer, maybe on it, it'd be okay. It's more mobile with 464 with the jump jets, but the Marauder 2C2 is C tier at best. Because I wanted to look at it.
I think I was planning on using was the 3 in a future possible tournament.
Marauder 2C3.
Yeah.
What does
What's
that
the
one?
one that
cheaper
came?
one
What's the
that's
sculpt
fun.
that came in Scouring Sands?
I have no idea.
10?
There,
It's got like a
an
Gauss, an
ag. It's got an ag,
LB10.
probably.
It's got a shitty miniature.
Hey,
Okay.
the miniature was okay.
Marauder
No, the miniature was
2C3.
not okay.
2 ER PPCs, so you start with something very interesting. An ATM 12 and 2 ER smalls. That's interesting.
I think it's because I was trying to fit it in the battle value.
It doesn't overeat at 44, so you can shoot at your art's leisure. 4.6, so it doesn't have the jump jets the previous one had. You have the same armor as a regular Marauder 2C, because that varies on a 2C.
Tinky, it's a Marauder 2C6.
Okay, well, we're gonna look at those. We're talking about them, so I'm gonna have to move things around here. Marauder.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
2C3, I would say, is probably B tier. It's good. It does what it's supposed to do, which is a very good thing. You said the 6 that was in that box?
Yeah.
6. It's an odd number. No, it's an even number.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Matt joke.
It was
13,
a weird number to include of all the Marauder variants.
It has less armor than the regular Marauder 2C with half a ton less. Okay. It has an XL engine, so this one's more risky. It has
Zoom, zoom.
improved jump jets. Yay.
Fly.
And 12 double heat sinks.
Originally, it was a Marauder 2C10 that was in there, but
What? A Gauss, an LB10, and an heavy large.
It's a brawler.
What?
It's all over the place.
It's retarded. That's what it is. I mean,
We prefer the term schizophrenic these days, sir.
schizophrenic is a specific kind of thing, but it is a bit schizophrenic because it's all over the place and it doesn't know what it wants to do, and it probably
I'd
wants
say-
to beat someone safe.
I'd say Warhammer 2, the Hunchback 2C is more schizo.
No, that's paranoid.
No, I mean just the fact that you have to be schizo to pilot it.
Oh, that's all the people that are left. I mean, this is D tier at best, in my opinion. It's just no. Already, it has improved jump jets. No. And then it has a Gauss rifle, an LB10 with 3 tons of reloads, and an Emperor.
I don't like odd numbers on my LB
Someone-
autocannon ammo count because
Yeah.
now I have to choose. Do I take 2 tons of slug and 1 of cluster, or like how am I? I don't like having to distribute it out like that, dude.
Give me an Ultra 10
I don't like to
instead.
think.
I think it'd be better. Like, this,
Agreed.
no.
Ultra
this-
10 and 2 ER, an Ultra 10 and swap that heavy large for an ERPPC so I can put 2 head choppers downrange while I'm bouncing and zooming. Because what TMM are you getting at a 6-up jump?
+3.
Okay,
But
you're
you
getting
hit
a
at
+3.
But you hit at +3. +4 with that heavy laser. No. This is This is wrong. Wrong.
It needs some work. It needs some work.
Someone was smoking crack on that one.
We have various levels of not liking it.
Yeah, that one goes in the crackhead tier.
That is an appropriate term.
It
Islander
needs some work.
C2, 2C. It goes 3-5. Is that bad news normally for a clan mech if it goes 3-5?
Oh no, a
Not
normal
really.
speed.
Oh no, it goes at normal speed. Something's gonna
If it
be
goes at
happening.
normal speed, that means it's got guns.
14.5 tons of armor, so that's another thing it has. It has a standard engine, so it's not dying. And it's still around 3,000 BV, so it does have guns. But what does it have? Oh, it starts with an Ed Chopper with a Gauss rifle. It has an LRM-20 because it likes to snipe people. With an Artemis because it likes to snipe people. Maybe a little too much ammo. But then again, you're going to be staying out of range and just shoot people with it. And if something gets close by, well, you've got 3 medium pulse lasers, which are very good, and 2 Streak 6, which are also very good. And if you shoot everything while jumping, you're at +2 eat. If the both streaks shoot. If one of the streak doesn't shoot, you're not overeating.
Yeah, this is the other mech I put my cluster commanders in.
It does have command mech, so there's a good reason. It has difficult ejection because it has a cowl, but you know, you're not ejecting, you're a clan pilot. It has reinforced legs because you like to do that from above anyways, even if it's never a good idea.
Melee is dishonorable. Well, he shouldn't have been standing there.
Look, I'm gonna jump in this direction, and if you get it, it's your own fault.
It's not my fault he couldn't get out of the way.
Like, I
Pull up
didn't
that
know
clip of the Marauder windmilling its arms from Macross.
exactly. And then there's an Islander 2C just landing on it. Oops. Welp. There it goes. This is, I mean, there's a reason my company commander was also in a Highlander 2C for the longest time. This is a very good mech. For a commander, it's a very good mech. Even if people have the fancy Omni mechs, the Islander 2C is still a very good mech. There's like no... It is a very sad statement that this is probably better than the Executioner. Actually, it's not a sad statement. It is better than the Executioner. The Executioner is faster. It has a mask. And well, yeah, but my Highlander 2C is going to beat it anyways. And you're going to roll you're going to roll poorly on your mask, and you're going to blow up your legs. Nice job, bruh.
Hey, moron! Fucking
Well,
moron!
new mask rules and everything.
It's going to be
Not
better
as
with the new mask rule.
punishing. Not as punishing,
Guys, because
but
you have to fail the roll and then fail the roll for crit. So you have to fail
It's not
2
an-
rolls.
it's not an auto crit anymore. And then I'm going to go out on a limb and assume what you're going to do is go to the kick table, pick a random leg to assign the crit to.
Yeah. It's not going to be as bad. And since it's a random crit on a thing like many of the mechs, it might hit a double eat sync, it might hit a jump jet, it might hit something like that. So it's it is not as terrible. I mean, honestly, here the Islander 2C art is funny because one of the weird thing with the Islander 2C that most people don't realize, it's backwards. Look at a regular Islander and a Highlander 2C next to it. They're flipped. They're mirrored.
Left hand gang represent.
Yes.
That's the one thing I don't like. That's the one thing I don't like about it is the fact the missile launcher's on the wrong side, lasers on the wrong side.
But in the end, we can almost not say that the Islander 2C is not really an Islander 2C, because in the end, it's a Highlander chassis with clan weapons on it. It doesn't have anything that is non-clan on it. I get the armor. Yeah, the armor is ferrofibrous, but I mean, armor is armor. It can be slapped on with anybody. So
it's a Highlander. Highlanders rule.
Highlander is generally a top tier mech. So
It's A tier.
Because it
no, this one's S tier because very few people will go over that. I mean, I'd take this over an executioner in almost any situation.
Well, that's not saying much.
It's also somehow C-bill wise one of the cheapest clan mechs.
There you go. It has
It doesn't have
many advantages. We're gonna finish up with the last one here, our Viking 2C.
S tier. S
Created
tier.
a bunch of things.
No hesitation.
31 tons
Nope.
of armor.
No hesitation. S tier.
Oh, no,
31
that's
tons of hardened armor. You
We were
need an
talking-
autocannon 20 to go internal on a head hit.
Yes,
So it goes 3-4.
it goes
The
3-4, but
only
as
time, the only time
100
you
LRMs
lose,
or what? No, not 100. That's 70 LRMs.
the only time you lose a Viking 2C is because you didn't put a good pilot in it, and it kept failing fall down checks, and subsequently failed seatbelt checks, and consciousness checked itself to death. That is the only time you lose a Viking 2C.
I mean, it's the kind of mech that you'll actually put a 4-3 pilot in, just so he doesn't fail those checks to stand up and not fall down. Like
Basically.
it's one of those odd things. 31 tons of Arden armor is just ridiculous. That is dropship armor.
It
Okay,
looks like a
small
dropship on legs.
And I mean, clan LRMs are always fantastic. And you got knee machine guns, which is always a huge plus. Okay, the micro lasers, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you could probably do something with an half ton. Add more machine guns instead.
Probably because they didn't have room for room in the crits for is there any empty slots left?
Yeah, there's 6.
Maybe it's just more efficient to have ER micro lasers instead of light
It's a-
machine guns and a ton
It's
of
a
ammo.
0.5. It's a 0.5,
Oh, wait, no,
a
never mind, it's got
0.25
machine
each.
guns.
It's already got 4 machine guns. You could stick 2 extra machine guns and just call it a day, and you'd burn through your ammo faster. But then again, you got case 2, so if you get it in the ammo, you just don't give a fuck.
You don't care.
It's very nice.
I mean, it is a very odd duck, though. If you look at who can get it, it came out in technical readout 3145 Lyran Commonwealth as a clan mech, because it's built on Arc Royal.
But the
It
Lyrans
has-
still get it.
It has some nasty quirks. Poor targeting short is annoying. Not terrible, but annoying. But it has improved targeting long, which evens it out a little bit. And you've got a difficult to maintain, which is only bad in campaigns. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be difficult to maintain those 31 tons of Arden armor to begin with. You know.
You knew the price going in.
And you're not going anywhere fast with this thing. Yes, it is slow. But there's reasons to it. And I mean, if you look at the other Arden armor things, like the Amarok, which is a good mech as well here, it only has 20.5 tons, which is, massive. Like going through 20.5 tons of armor is a pain. But that's 31. I mean, you know what you could do with those 2 ER micro lasers? You take them out and you add a half ton of armor. Yes, it's an extra 4 points, but it's 4 points. So it's technically 8. And God.
It's a lovely machine.
And it's coming out in one of the new boxes, so we might actually see some people run it.
The
Or you
Ghost
could
Bear
run-
box is going to have this, and the Novacat Bravo are the two, and the Rhyme Otter are the new sculpts in this box.
The Aces boxes, I think, are worded. So
I mean, oh no, I don't want to play Battletech by myself. Okay, cool, bro. Glad you don't want to play Battletech by yourself. Guess what? You got a ton of new mechs to play with. Like, what are you complaining about? I don't understand.
the Amarok has the issue of having too many, of having a speed booster, but it's not that bad either. I mean, Hardened armor I have a bit of a hard time with just because I don't know how to balance it well. But it's still pretty good. And I don't think enough people are going to be running re-engineered lasers to cause you problems with that hardened armor. Because that's the only thing that's going to be a problem to hardened armor. And even there, if the guy's bringing just re-engineered laser, you still have to go through 248 points of armor. Which is a lot. Like, quite a lot.
It's just the fact that you have to pile so much damage onto it to trigger a PSR and then hope that the guy in the Viking 2C fails the PSR and ends up falling down and clunking himself to death is what makes the Viking 2C so good.
I mean, it has nice advantages. It's an odd mech, but I think it's going to be, well, I mean, we're going to see a lot of people play it, and it's not terribly expensive. 2,700 BV, it is cheaper to bring than an Highlander 2C. Because I think Ardent Armor is not calculated well in the system. BV 2.0 might not be managing Ardent Armor all that well, let's face it. So
Probably not.
No, regular amounts of Ardent Armor, it probably manages well. When you get to the 30-ton range, probably not. Because this is a lot of armor. This is a lot of armor.
You're just kind of forced to ignore it for the whole game because
you can't ignore it because it has, 70 LRMs throwing your way every turn.
What's that? Those are 2 LRM-20s and 2 LRM-15s with Artemis 5.
So a -1 to it and a +3 to clusters. So they are
You can
going
ignore
to
it
hit
at
long
your
range.
Ignore it at your own peril. And those LRM-15s will consistently be putting 15 points on you because they are the most efficient launchers in the game.
I mean, you could go 4 LRM-15s and it would probably be better, but, that's just math.
Save tonnage,
run that
upgrade the ER
fast,
micro
you can't.
lasers to micro pulse lasers for additional
What?
anti-infantry
What?
duty.
you can't even plasma cannon it down.
What are you talking about, Tanky? You're gaining weight. You're saving weight on a Viking. There's only one thing you can do.
What's that?
Add more armor.
What is our armor percentage at right now?
It's not maxed out. That's what it is. It is not maxed out.
Then F it. We ball, man. Let's go.
I mean, let me just see here. If we take out the 20s, we're gonna end on this here. It is stupid, so it is a good thing to end on. We took 2 15s in. Put them there. Of course, you could put IATMs on this thing too, but some of us want to have friends or keep friends, right? So
You need friends. Friends are fun for emotional support purposes.
friends are good if you're wanting to play a game normally.
Yeah.
So I'm just sticking like as many tons of LRM-15 ammo as I can. Like 6 tons should be good.
How much of it is fast kill ammo?
Nothing. It's Artemis 5. You just bring as much of it as you can. There.
When you have Artemis 4, you can decide, okay, maybe I'll bring not Artemis 4 bullets to do a fast cam mission or a smoke mission or something. When you have Artemis 5 with a free targeting computer, there's no reason to ever turn Artemis 5 off.
So, bad news, if we switch those to a pair of LRM-15 instead, we max out the armor at 35 tons. You have a wolfhound worth of armor on this thing.
It then walks
Double
onto the objective,
double a
very
wolfhound.
slowly, and stays there.
Because if that center torso is 44, does Mega Mech account that hardened armor takes double damage?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So is it
88 points of armor in the center torso.
Okay, so it doesn't take that into account. So you have 88 points of armor. You can survive 2 UAC 20. You can survive a Hunchback 2C, going nuts, mag dumping the UAC 20s, getting the double tap off, and all 4 shots going to your center torso, and you're still going to have 8 points remaining.
Yes.
Heck,
And it's
you could
probably going
survive
to
an
die because of
improved
your
heavy-
LRM-15 with
improved
targeting.
heavy large to the back, to one of your side torsos, and still have protection.
Yeah, because that's 18 points per side on the side torso. So an ERPPC doesn't pierce your rear armor. So you go to the objective and you sit on there shooting missiles.
You're Fire Moth H proof.
And I mean,
The only thing that stops him is the Fire Moth H is kicking, and the Locust 2C kicking him and making him fall down.
if they reach him. The problem is reaching him at this point. He is slow, but he can flip those arms. He can do all sorts of funny things.
And he does have friends.
You gotta survive a hell of an ass blasting to get there.
Like the Viking 2C with maxed armor that we just made here is probably not a thing that CGL would think. And it's only worth 2,700 BV.
Where the hell's my wash?
Dude.
I think I think someone didn't calculate art and armor right when they got to these kinds of levels, like I said.
I mean, it's S tier, and there's a reason why I bet you're going to see these things banned in future tournaments.
There it is.
I wouldn't doubt it, actually.
Are they going to limit the amount of hardened armor we're allowed to take?
You're only
I
allowed
don't know,
to bring one Viking 2C.
I don't know, but I wouldn't want it. Shit. With it being available in a snowblind, I mean, a lot of people are going to have, in the tournament scene, are going to have access to it. And like, okay, how do I plan to deal with a Viking 2C? A wolf pack of light mechs to kick it down and drop battle armors on it to battle armor swarm it. But even then, hardened armor is going to give it a bonus against critical hit. It gives you a bonus against critical hits.
Yep.
So, yay, I did a leg attack with the battle armor, and I got a crit. Okay, cool, your crit's at a -1.
-2.
Oh, even
you
better.
You need to roll a 9 to score 1 crit.
Even freaking better.
It's like there are going to be restrictions on the Viking 2C, or we're going to see a whole lot of new mechs coming out with re-engineered lasers. One of the two.
And the even funnier thing is that there's not really a matchup that sees the Viking 2C going up against those guys, because right now the Davions are the ones that use re-engineered lasers the most. Because Kurita's the ones got the funky armor.
Technically, I think Kurita's stole a bunch that they're wanting to use against Clan Wolf that uses funky armor.
Yeah.
So, like, it is. We started on this list here, and I think the Viking 2C is a thing that people sat on and slept on for a while, and we're going to start seeing so many of them that people are going to be. What's the name of what Goonhammer turned into? Like Battletop Gangers
Tabletop Battles.
Oh god, like the worst possible name. They're going to be
the most
really,
generic name.
They're going to be. Yeah. They're going to be so. What do you call it? They're going to be.
At least Goonhammer had brand recognition and uniqueness for the name. Now you got.
What is that name? That's not even trying.
You got a name that you could tell whoever picked it thinks mayonnaise is spicy.
They were struggling. They were struggling to find a new domain name, and typed in Tabletop Battles, and that one wasn't taken. And they said, "Why has this not been taken? Don't question it. Take it now."
They wanted to move away from the word goon more than anything else, I am sure.
Thanks, Gen Alpha.
Nah, I don't think it's just that. They wanted to move away from association with something awful, which is dead now, but it's still a nasty association. So, all right. So we're going to end on this because I got to go to bed. If I'll be able to work tomorrow, which is not one thing I want to do, but I mean, I had vacation last week, so I can't have vacation this week.
Yeah. By the way, this the new Warhammer is almost done.
Cool. I mean, it's not to say that I'll need a lot of Warhammers, but I will need a lot of Warhammers.
Yeah. Also, you can think the girlfriend, she picked the Sword of Light scheme. So
yeah, it's a good scheme in general.
it's
So
red.
I will see everybody. I will see everybody tomorrow for the video on the Nadachi, and next week we might continue on this, or it really depends if Draconis March comes out. Because that's really what I'm waiting for that book to come out to review it. But I mean, worst case, we continue on this and start filling out the blanks that are on this page. The page is on the website, and might be I'll share it in a few different places, and we'll see where it goes. So see everybody later. Bye bye.
See ya.
Later.